Well, hello everyone, this is Wilson Cole and I'm president of Adams, Evans & Ross. And I want to take just a moment with you to visit about a subject that just makes me cringe every time a client calls me with the particular bankruptcy notice. And I fear as we start going into whatever this economic slowdown may or may not be over the next couple of months or quarters, and that's the preferential payment or the clawback period in a bankruptcy. And basically, it's the repercussions are this. If somebody pays you, if you have a company pay you, and they are paying you, and then all of a sudden you get a bankruptcy notice, it's bad because maybe they paid you $50,000 over the last 30 days and they still owe you $100,000. What I'm talking about is not the $100,000 that you're probably going to lose. What I want to talk about is the payments that they made 90 days prior to it, because the bankruptcy courts can come back to you and tell you to give those funds back. Now, the reason for that is it's referred to as a preferential payment or a clawback period, and it's to make sure that if a company goes out of business, they're not paying off their own personal lines of credit. They're not pulling a lot of excess cash out, paying their brother-in-law. They want to make sure that everybody that is an unsecured creditor is treated equally as poorly. Now, probably, oh my goodness, probably about 10 or 15 years ago, I was hired as an industry expert in a bankruptcy case where the bankruptcy trustee had hired me because there was a company that had been paid and they wanted to know about due course in business and if that was a decent defense or not. And let me kind of break that into just plain English, is if they are paying you every week for your staffing or every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks within whatever the payment term is, then you probably have a pretty good defense that you can hire an attorney and they can argue this wasn't a preferential payment, this was just payments in due course. But if they were paying you at 45 or at 90 days late, then those are the payments that become suspect. So if the debtor was 6 months behind, you finally twist some arms, get them to pay and things along those lines, and then they go bankrupt within 90 days, and you may have to give those funds back. The only suggestion that I would give to you is if you get that notification, don't ignore it. Don't just openly write a check and say, sorry, Mr. Trustee, here is the payment. What I want you to do is you can call me. I'll refer you over to a local attorney in whatever jurisdiction that you have, absolutely free of charge. We have attorneys nationally that we use to collect, and they also are very familiar with the preferential claims. But give me a call, and I can put you in contact with an attorney, and they can probably negotiate down what they're asking. Now, if they're saying, gee, give us back $100,000, they probably aren't going to be able to get it down to $5,000, but they can probably get it down, 20, 25, 30%, something along those lines. We have had some attorneys argue that it was payroll and therefore should be considered a higher priority. Sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. I'll let you and the attorney handle that. But the main reason for this video was I just don't want you to think that you had been paid on something. All of a sudden you get a bankruptcy notice and they're asking for those funds to be back or to be sent back. I don't want you to be shocked. So if you have that issue, give me a shout and we'll put you in contact with the folks that can help. Now, the biggest defense that you have is make sure you get paid and you get paid quickly. If there's somebody that's 30, 60, 90 days behind, whether you're utilizing us, your local attorney, whatever the case may be, you need to go ahead and start collection activities against that company because you want to get them to pay you as quick as you can because that clock starts ticking. After about 90 days, it becomes a little more tough, or it becomes a little tougher for them to claim preferential payment. The consensus is that 90-day period is what you're concerned about. So the best defense is make sure you have good systems that keep people on track. But also, if they do go awry, just don't let them, hang out and not pay you for an extended period of time. If you need our collection help, please visit our website at staffingdebt.com, and you can book an appointment with me, one of our staff attorneys, or one of our credit and collection consultants. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's Wilson again, and this video was brought to you by Adams, Evans, and Ross. And if you like the video, please make sure that you click on the subscribe button and also like the video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those below as well. If you'd like to learn more about our company, please visit our website at staffingdebt.com. And also remember, if there's no collection, there's absolutely no cost at all.